Hi friends, I'm back again to share some more inspiration with you for Scrapbook Nerd. And today I am playing with a mixture of goodies, starting with the new Salvaged patina spray from Tim Holtz. Oh my word. So pretty. I absolutely love it. I'm so glad I decided to pull out the spray and try it on this layout. It was totally on a whim. I wasn't going to add mixed media at all to this layout and decided that it would be a nice touch to add it, and I'm so glad that I did. I cut this cut file with my Cricut. It's just a floral overlay and sized it to what I wanted, and I'm going to pair or layer this striped pattern paper from Hey Crafty Girl by Simple Stories over top of it. I trimmed it down so it's just basically a panel. I think it's roughly like 4 by 10 inches, something like that. I hand stitched around the perimeter of it, and everything is going to be layered over top of this panel. So I'm working on putting together some die cut florals right now. I cut these with my Cricut as well, and I pulled cardstock from my stash that matched the color palette in the striped paper. I have been hoarding this paper because I absolutely love it. I don't want to use too much of it so I can spread it out over multiple projects and not just one. So I do have some paper left over, but I'm going to be guarding it with my life, basically. Yeah, I'll use it one day, but I'm kind of trying to savor it is what I'm trying to say. So I'm going to adhere to photos to this layout. They're both 2 by 3 inches. That's what I printed them at in landscape format. And they're going to be one on the bottom right and then one on the top left. So they're like adjacent from each other, kind of kitty corner. And the title is going to go in between it. So I'm working on adhering the title right now. I cut that with my Cricut as well from green cardstock, and I was using my Tombow Mono liquid glue to adhere that. I did mat the photos to some white cardstock as well, just to frame them a little bit and give them some grounding. And the florals are going to be adhered behind them, and so I'm doing that right now. And because there's a little bit of height to the stripe panel because of the hand stitching, I'm using foam squares to pop it up a little bit so it sits at the same height. The photo is going to be adhered over top of the florals as well, and you're going to see me playing with the picture on the top of the page. I added staples to the center of each of the flowers, and I wanted it to be visible. I didn't want the whole thing to be covered up, which it wouldn't have really mattered because there's staples in all the flowers, but I wanted to be certain that all of the staples were seen and not just some of them. I don't know, it was just this crazy notion in my head that it had to be visible. It didn't have to, but that's what I wanted. So my title is It's Official. The story that I'm sharing in this layout in particular is the official recall letter that my husband got from the company he works for, inviting him to stay on as one of their team members and continue working for them. The only hitch to that was relocating. And so while we're still in the town that we currently live in, and we're trying to get to our new place, that hasn't happened yet. So sometime in the future, I will be documenting the actual relocation process, but we haven't reached that point yet at all. I am adding the date as well. I decided to add the date in some green ink, and I stamped it on one side of the tab, which I cut with my Cricut as well. And I can't remember now what was wrong with it, but I wasn't happy with it. So I just flipped it over and stamped it again. And I will be stapling the tab to the top of that panel as well. I'm doing that right now. Once I have all the florals in place and the tab with the date on it, I am going to add some really cute, tiny little leaves that go along with the largest of the flowers as well. I cut them all, but I only ended up using just a few of them because just a few of them were going to be seen. So I also used foam squares to pop those up as well, just so they're the same height as the flowers that they belong to. I'll also be adding my journaling, which is written and then trimmed down into strips. And then I'll be adding that into the open space to the left of the bottom photo and beneath the title. And with that, this layout is done. I love the color palette in this layout. This paper from Hey Crafty Girl by Simple Stories is my absolute favorite from the entire collection. I love the stripes. You can't go wrong with a striped paper, in my opinion. The colors, it's just bright and vibrant and happy. And I thought it would work really well to highlight a story about getting some really good news. And I thought the energy of it would match the energy of receiving said good news. Oh, I forgot to mention, I do add a couple Tim Holtz phrase stickers as well. This one, the first one that I pulled off the pad, I'm going to trim in half. It was quite long and I didn't want it to stay in one long strip, so I'm going to adhere it in 2 spots. I was just trying to think of the best way to word it. But you can see what I did right there in the photo. And then I go back to the sticker pad and pull off another sticker, and I'm going to add that to the top left photo as well. I don't usually use the black stickers from that sticker book. Not that I have anything against it. I really love them, but I tend to gravitate towards white. So it was kind of refreshing to use the black on this layout, and I love it. It works really well on this layout. Here's the journaling that I'm just adding right now. I'm using my Tombow Mono liquid glue to adhere that, and this layout is complete. There are close-ups coming up, so feel free to stick around for that. And make sure you hit up the Scrapbook Nerd shop and stock up on all things crafty and mixed media. The link will be down in the description box below, so definitely check that out. And I'll be back again soon with more creative inspiration. Bye, friends.